Hi, welcome. So I'm Carly Burton and I'm very thrilled to be interviewing Jana Kingsford, the great Jana Kingsford. I'm so excited about this interview and I'm thrilled. Thank you for being here. When you said that you were going to let me interview you, I was just so happy. I guess what I'm doing is a series of interviews with inspiring mums who have inspired me on my journey and I guess just picking your brains about what you do and how and hoping to share and motivate and inspire and educate some other beautiful mums out there who want to do cool, amazing stuff. So thank you.
Yeah, so welcome. I'm so excited to be a part of it, especially.
So my first question for you is just to tell us a little bit about what you do, and two-part question, what you do and what you love about what you do.
Alright, I've really just recently been able to sum up what I do in a 3-word tagline.
Oh.
Because before I used to just say, hey, people used to go, what do you do? I'm just like, really can't put my big dreams in a box. I really don't have an answer for you. I really can't come up with an answer. I was just like, I do this and I do this and I do juggling, I do productivity, I talk about marketing, I talk about business, and I've got 3 kids and I just couldn't put it in a box. But now I've come up with mine is big dream strategist. So basically what I found with everyone I was working with or, helping with my mum's juggling act, my website, everyone that I was helping, it was all like for a bigger purpose. It was a big dream. So I was helping people, I first started out with my business, helping people that were studying, going to university and juggling, having kids, and having a business as well. So it's like, triple threat. We had juggling 3 things that, 3 major, huge things with for kids. So that's basically where I started off, talking about that, just little juggling tips to help people unjuggle their juggling actual, just deal with the daily. And I just feel like I've got my eldest is 11 and my youngest is 2, and I feel like I have an unfair advantage because I've been doing this for 11 years. I just noticed lately, I'm like, I think I have an unfair advantage. I've been doing this for 11 years. So basically, I started off talking about juggling, then and then I finished and I graduated uni, and then after I graduated uni, I talked about, growing my business on my website. And then from there, I talked about launching courses, and then it just was an evolution, growing into my genius zone, starting where and following my nose, to starting where I was, just sharing from the hot heart from the start. So that's where I started. That's like, in a nutshell, bringing everything about what I've done and what I do into one little, tried to put it into a paragraph for you, but
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for sharing that. So, the second part of the question, what do you love about what you do?
Oh my God, that's a huge question, isn't it? I love writing. I love squeezing all the creativity out of me and getting it out. I love seeing people. I love getting people to do what they didn't think that they could do. And I love showing people what they're capable of by giving them the tools to do what they're capable of, and therefore seeing exactly what they're capable of. So that really makes me happy, actually, doing that triple threat of, letting people know what they're capable of, showing people what they're capable of, and then seeing them feel that, oh my God, I can do that. And that makes me so freaking happy. I love, the second thing that I love about what I do is my kids watching me do what I do. My girls, my eldest is 11, and so she watches YouTube stuff, and she's like, oh my God, my mum's famous. And she's like, oh my God, you've got, the other day she was watching video, she watches my channel. It's so funny. And I'm like, I actually sometimes swear. So I'm just like, you're not allowed to swear. When you're 18, do what you want. But she watches it and she's like, oh, Mum, you were talking about this the other day. I'm just like, oh my God, I forgot that they watch it. But she saw I was doing this courage camp, and I'm doing this courage camp for, getting people, excited about launching and, getting the courage to do that and the capability to do that. And she was watching everyone's videos that they were uploading. She's like, oh my God, Mum, that's amazing. And she just thought it was she just because they sort of actually get the industry more than most people my age. And yeah, that brings me a shiz ton of joy, and I love that. That was actually the point that I went after my big dreams. And when I actually went from being a high school dropout, and I went and started studying university and had 2 kids, and I was doing university, and the reason I did it and the reason that pulled me through that whole time is just going, hey, I could never look my girls in the eye and say to them, go after your big dreams, if I never did. So that was what drove me. So being a mum was my strength. That's what I love, is showing them and inspiring them to go after their dreams as well. Long-winded answer to a question.
I think that's so important, because I think a lot of the time as a mum, you get that guilt sometimes about having something that's for you, or having a business or going back to work. And I know that was a wrestle for me, and feeling like, I should be there for my daughter. But I think that's such an important point to take out of it, is that actually your kids can actually really benefit from seeing you doing that, and you valuing yourself. And I want to show my daughter that she can, in fact, have it all. She can have a family and a career, and whatever the heck she wants to have, she can freaking well have it. Mm-hmm. And I want to show her an example of that. So I love that. Thank you for touching on that.
You're welcome.
That's awesome. Can you tell us a bit about the challenges you faced along the way?
Oh my God, how long have we got? Like every day. Every day is a challenge. Every day you have to get up, get dressed in your right mind, and that's a challenge in itself when you're not in your right mind and you've got to go and do what you got to do. And I just thought 11, 11, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's like the numbers I always see. So I'm like, that must be a good point. So you had to listen to that, because I just saw 1, 1, 1. But yeah, waking up and getting dressed in your right mind, not expecting that you're just going to be dressed in your right mind in the morning. So that's a challenge. And always, there's 5 people in my family. And waking up every day and going, how can I make him happy? How can I make her happy? There's a lot of people to keep happy. And then you got to remember, you got to keep yourself happy first and foremost, so that you can keep them happy. And that's one of the major challenges. Each kid I've got, it's another person you've got to keep happy. So that's a challenge. And it's what it is waking up every day and really getting dressed in the right mind. When I say that, I mean starting the day on the right foot and going, hey, yeah, I could totally just, roll with this morning and just do whatever I feel like it. Is that going to serve me later on during the day? Or am I going to just, get in there, get what I need to get done so I can free up some time and space during the rest of the day? And that seems to be my major, I keep coming back to that. If I'm out of balance, my routine just needs to be tweaked up, tightened up, tidied up, and just thinking, make sure you just get up and get dressed in your right mind. That's probably and challenges basically just revolve around having so many people to keep happy, including yourself, and balancing that.
Totally.
Yeah.
So from that, what learnings would you like to share with other mums who are also juggling motherhood and a career?
Your kids are your ability, not your disability. So
oh wow.
Totally. Oh, I got little goosey bumps. I'm being Yoda today. Like, just call me Yoda today. I'm on a roll. But do you know what I mean? So we've got this planted in our head that, like, they're our disability, they're our weakness, is because we've got kids. My strength is actually that I've never known what it's like to work or have a life without kids, because my first was born at 19. I was 19 when I had her. So I had a year of partying, and that's it. Like, no travel, just a year of partying, and then 19, pregnant, done. So I've never known how it is to work without having kids. Well, actually, I did it worked for probably a year full time before I had kids, but never known what it's like to go after your dreams without kids. Because by having kids, by having my first child, what I noticed is my hunger, my drive got bigger, and I was no longer thinking of just myself. There was somebody else's life to think of, and I could have gone down the road of, let's just be a stay-at-home mom, be 100% with her, and I thought, is that going to fuel me? Is that going to fill me up? And most definitely that I knew that there was something else that I was here to do, And so getting about the business of doing that actually fuels me to be a better person, better mum, better wife, better mother. So by actually going after those dreams, I feel like that makes me a better person all around, because I've got to do a lot of growing. And, I've basically been growing up with my kids because was 19 before I had kids. So I had to grow up really quick. So, there's a bit of a process there. But really the learnings, the main one would be just stop seeing your kids as your weakness and start seeing them as your strengths, because you will not have that hunger, that drive, that, something bigger than yourself if you didn't have kids. They're actually your motivation. They're your fuel. And if you can get that mindset shift, it just changes everything, I think.
I think you also get this whole new skill set when you become a mum, don't you? All of which you can apply to your business, time management, negotiation, patience, all that stuff. I write resumes and I'm forever telling mums that you've got new skills now that you need to put on that resume. Like, so important. Yeah,
exactly.
Totally agree with you. I love that. Simple question, I guess, kind of might not be so simple to answer, but how do you find the joy in the juggle? How do you do the juggle and love it?
Okay, husband's just going out. How do I find the joy in the juggle? I think finding the joy in the really simple things and making them more joyful. Because this year I've even made like a more conscious effort to really bring the joy to the little things, like bring the joy to seeing a butterfly and really like taking all of that in, going, oh my God, I just seen a butterfly. Or when I'm having, a coffee, actually smelling that thing and actually sitting down for maybe 2 minutes and not resenting, oh my God, I've only got 2 minutes to have a coffee. And not like, I just noticed there's a massive difference between my attitude towards these things than most other people that are having a really grinding, enduring experience rather than an enjoying experience. So I just think the different like mindset shifts about it, but bringing joy, like I love Oprah's book is like one of my favorite things about joy. She talks about she just really is attuned to the amount of joy she is receiving in each moment, whether that's a coffee, all the things she listed out, being able to go to the freaking toilet in the morning, going, some people don't have that luxury, and just going, hey, this is the luxury I have. And even if you get the chance to go to the toilet without kids screaming, joy,
Oh, yeah.
like take what you can. If you can have a shower without being interrupted, take what you can. And then when you do get interrupted, like most of the times I have to have a shower with the door open because, there's 3 kids running around. You can't really like go, hey, I'm just going to go have a shower. Right, no problems. Just like, don't kill each other. But taking those days where you can have a shower and going, hey, oh my God, this is nice. The doors are closed. Wow. Actually just taking notice of that. So you're not thinking, oh, I never get to have showers. I never get to go to the toilet without, kids being around. Like having that sort of attitude, whereas mine's just like, take it when you can, while it's going. And the main thing is not resenting or resisting your situation, because you've got kids. So there's nothing you can do about changing that. All you can do is change your attitude, because a lot of people like resist it, go, hey, I can't do a business. I can't, I can't go and do that sport that I want to do because I've got kids, rather than going, hey, it is what it is. How am I going to make it work for me? So, I can't go over to Bali and go on retreats, and I can't go on weekend seminars and conferences, and everybody else seems to be able to. And then you can sit there and go, hey, I can't do that. Or you could just go, hey, what can I do? Like, what can I do to, fuel me, rather than trying, looking at what everyone else is doing and going, hey, I can't do that. Why can't I work 8 hours? Whereas I shift it and go, hey, I get more done in 2 hours than most people would do in 8 hours, because I have that attitude as, hey, it is what it is. I have 2 hours to work during the day. It is what it is. Some days Mason wakes up from his nap, like he's napping right now. So some days he could wake up like an hour early, and it's just like, it is what it is. Are you going to friggin' like endure it and go, oh, see, that's it. I can't do anything. Or you're just going to go, hey, all right, that's today. That's what it's like today. That's what we're doing today. So it's just like, you just got to roll with the punches and change your attitude about it. So that brings more joy, because you're not resisting your whole life.
Yeah, totally. So it's like acceptance, mindfulness, gratitude, get on with it.
Yeah, all All of it together.
Awesome. Okay, so tell me, how do you ensure your own self-care and prevent burnout?
That's an interesting one because I could go and say, hey, I never get burnt out, but I get burnt out because guess what happens when you burn out? You're on the edge of destruction. You get beauty and breakthroughs happen on the edge of destruction. Sometimes it's got to happen. Like, you can't just keep yourself an even keel or like ideal. Well, yeah, you can. But what that does is just makes me reset, reshift, and I don't try to resist. I try to set up parameters so I don't get burnt out, but there's just going to be times when, you just get burnt out, and just rolling with it and seeing it as, hey, this is just a reset moment. This is a reset. Something's not working. You can't just keep doing the same thing, which is insanity. Can't just do the same thing. This burnout is really just going, hey, what can we shift right now? What can we reset right now? What's this trying to tell me? So to prevent burnout, obviously, meditation, is guided meditation, because I get all up in my own business, so I can't really I'm just like, what? And then I'm thinking, there's so much I could be doing, but when I go, hey, it's freaking goddamn 10 minutes, sit your ass down, sit your ass down, have some quiet time, and just sit there for 10 minutes, because what you get, the productivity you get, is just so much better. So that's what I would say would be prevent the burnout, but if it happens, see it as beauty and breakthroughs happen on the edge of destruction. That's what I would say.
Oh, I love that. That is so awesome. I figured you'd be like meditation, yoga, and whatever, but like you went to this whole new level with that. That's awesome. I love that breakthrough stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, loving this.
Me too.
Okay. Tell me about, I guess, your network, your tribe. How, I guess, supportive have your friends and family been in terms of you launching a business, and what role has that played in your success and your journey?
Okay. To be honest, at the start, they were like, what the frig are you doing? Like, oh my God, Jana's just off on another tangent. She's a big dreamer. She'll die a big dreamer. She studies and then she works 3 jobs and has 3 businesses and she's so organized with, like, I used to do meal planning, and I'd have my whole week like mapped out on my fridge, and my friends and family would come over and pay me out. And, and then once I started doing this, they'd always give me a hard time, but it is what it is. They didn't really understand what I was doing. And then really when I had this internet business, like my mum's juggling, actually, like, you blog and do what? They pay you for what? And you wrote a book on what? And it's just like, they didn't get it. But what you need to do is remember and respect that people aren't going to get your big dreams. So what I love is, like, I'm really stubborn. So it's like, I'm going to show you exactly what I can do and what I can achieve with my big dreams. So what I found is just patience with my family and letting them come around. And it's never been like easy with, like, hubby and stuff like that. So it takes energy, it takes time, it takes effort. So there's a balance there with making sure that, he's getting what he needs and I'm getting what I need. And sometimes I can be so in my business that, he doesn't get what he needs. So that causes friction. Like, most people will just lie about it and just say that doesn't happen, but it friggin' well happens. And there's going to be debates. There's going to be, I call them debates now, not arguments. There's going to be massive debates, like about how much computer time you have. And it's just like, I need to work. You're always on the computer. There's going to be those debates, and there's debates over, your phone time, your computer time, and it's just a juggle and a balance, but really taking those debates as learning. And I see it also as, I do need parameters sometimes too. Like, sometimes what he's saying to me about, hey, if he's, whatever he's saying, if I really just listen to it, I'm like, there is actually value in this, even though at the first I'm just like, ugh, shut up, would ya? Like, it's so annoying. You really wrecking my mojo here. So, but really just taking it on and going, okay, this is a learning, growing. I don't think I would be as organized. I don't think I would. I think I could actually probably work 8 hours a day. I could, like, I probably wouldn't be as organized, wouldn't be as on top of it if he was just like, yeah, whatever, do whatever you want. Be on the computer all day. I don't care. I'll do everything. As if that's going to happen. But, like, it makes me find a balance as well, because because, you know, there's other people to keep happy in my life. So I would say that not thinking that that's, you know, it's going to be a debate that you're going to have, you know, really making sure, you know, everyone's sort of happy. But in terms of family, knowing what you're doing and supporting what you're doing, they didn't really at the start, they didn't get it. But I got that they didn't get it, and I didn't make that mean anything about what I was doing. It was just like, hey, they just don't get it, but I'm going to show you them. And now it feels like it's come full circle because of patience 2 years later, and they're like, everyone keeps posting on my Facebook wall, tagging me, and they're just like, there's people in America that like Jana, and there's like this person and this person, and it's just like, I want some of whatever she's given. I want some of it. So yeah, a lot of my family and my friends are now in my courses because they're just like totally starting to get it. So it's like, and that's the best way to show them what I do. But it was patience. At the start, it was like, what do you even do? But now it's sort of like, they get inspired by it. So I didn't take it personally at the start because I could have. It could have upset me as well. But I just had to really put myself in their shoes. This is really abnormal what I'm doing. This is not conforming with society's expectations of me to stay at home, do the dishes, and, you know, make the beds. So I wasn't conforming to society's expectations or doing the jobs that I'm supposed to be doing, you know, even working the way you're supposed to work 9 to 5. So I can understand. I had to put myself in their shoes that they didn't get it, and it was confronting for them as well, somebody doing something that's unknown to them. So I had to really just put myself in their shoes so that I didn't get so personally offended.
Oh, I think there's a huge lesson in that, because that's something that I know I personally deal with, and a lot of other people deal with it. When you're doing something that's a bit different, people are like, what's she doing? She's so weird, or, you know, where did this come from, kind of thing. But I guess, I love that. Just show them. Just keep trucking and
show them.
Prove it.
Yeah.
I love it. So last question, because I'm just checking the time. Tell me, what does the future hold for Jana Kingsford?
Oh my God, I love your questions. They're freaking making me think. Usually I'm just like, I know what the answer is.
Yeah.
What does Jana? Well, my bigger picture is just like a massive business that's got a small group, because I'm a solo worker, that I can just go, you know, on holidays at the drop of the hat, spend a month, you know, traveling Australia in a caravan, buying a caravan outright, not having to, anything that I want to do or my family wants to do, it's just done deal, let's do it. Rather than thinking, oh, do we have enough money? That's what I hate. I just want to be at the point where it's just like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. There's spontaneity in that. And I feel like people think, oh, you don't want to be rich and stuff like that. But I feel like I'm rich already. But I just think that freedom, that choice freedom is where I'm really going. And the other major player is being able to have that for my family as well. So, you know, it's no good us just always going and traveling the world, but wouldn't it be amazing if I could pay for like some of my family to come with us as well? Like that sort of financial freedom really rocks my boat. So that is, and for Jana Kingsford, basically it's a matter of just following my nose and just keeping doing what I'm doing and reaching more people and refining what I do and making sure people really hear my message, and changing. I wish there was another freaking word for changing lives, but, you know, there's not. Just improving people, making people's days better and making them, you know, even I just had an interview with Jerry this morning, and she said, no, was it this morning? Yesterday. And she's just like, oh, yeah, after Mum's juggling school, my first little program, after that, she quit her job, she started a business, and she didn't think she could start a business for 10 years, but she started a business, and she made $150K in her first year. And with 3 kids and a single mum. And I was just like, God, that freaking makes me so happy, because it's like one little teeny, like it was, what I do is not about me. It's about helping, you know, using my experience to help other people. And you got to get to that point where you stop making it all about you. It's not about you. It's about what you have to share. And let it come through you, let it be birthed so you can go and help other people, because there's so many people. Imagine if I hadn't done that and, you know, affected Jerry's life in such an amazing way. And when she said that to me yesterday, I'm like, I had no idea how full on, you know, the effect you can have on people's lives, and then the butterfly effect onto their kids' lives, and then to their husbands' lives, and other, you know, around them, their families. So really just seeing the bigger picture of how many people you're here to help, and stop making it all about you sometimes with, you know, like sometimes, you know, you're holding yourself back and it's all about you and all that sort of stuff, whereas just sort of making self a clear channel for stuff to move through you. Yeah.
Wow. I love the point that you touched on about freedom, and about how having your business, it's supposed to be about giving you freedom, not tying you down to something and not just weighing you down and you've got all of this stuff to do. It's bigger pictures than that, and it's about giving you freedom. And I love that, because that's what it's like for me. It's about earning money, but it's not about the money. It's about, what does that money mean for my family and for what my life can be like, and for work-life balance and all that kind of thing. And and I'm loving it. And also about, you know, having passion that you spoke about, that you do it because you love it, because you want to change lives. And that's the thing, is that I heard something the other day about work-life balance isn't such a big deal. Aim for passion, not balance. Yeah. Because if you're doing something you're passionate about, then balance isn't such a big deal, because it's just in your life. It's a part of who you are. Yeah. Love that.
I love it.
Wow. Okay. So if anyone wants more of you, wants to follow you, get on your mailing list or something, where do they go?
They go to janakingsford.com or mumsjugglingact.com. Mum spelt with M-U-M, and I've got such a huge US following now, I sort of have to change the naming of that. But yeah, janakingsford.com actually links you to some of my freebies and things like that. So it sort of hooks you up to what I do. But yeah, Mum's Juggling Act is probably where all the blog posts are, but Jana Kingsford is where all the sign-up lists. Which list do you want to be on? Do you want marketing? Do you want productivity? Like, what do you want? You know, so you'll find, if there's anything that you want, you'll find it there.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much. And for anyone noticed the change about 5 minutes into the video, Jana was awesome enough to take over the recording of this interview, because something weird was happening at my end. So thank you again so much for that. And I will email you about getting that file from you.
So fun.
So thanks again, and have a beautiful day.
You too. Bye, Carly.